Yes. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon.
Good
Am I aud-
afternoon, sir.
Then, how are the things?
Hel-
How is the learning going on? Have you tried anything?
Yes.
So,
Yes,
what are the
sir.
things you have tried? What are the things we have learned till now? If you just recall, because you used to remember, we used to do that exercise during our hour. That used to help us. So, till in our last class, what we have learned? Anything on the top of the mind that what you have learned or what you remember?
Data types.
Data types we have started today. Today I will go much more deeper into data types. So we have discussed quickly about data types. Then
operators.
Great. Bhavita was telling something I heard.
How
Bhavita?
to write in Python?
How to write in Python means how to write various functions, how to create various functions, small functions. Then we have played some
Yes,
small
sir.
games to understand more about the functions. Anything good? I have got two person and perfectly responding. Any others if they remember? So only 2% has learned. My ratio is very poor.
Okay. Apart from this, actually, me we had answered trying to learn something new in this actually entire week, and we did arrays and some part of functions also.
Oh, great. Then in that case, probably in today's class, probably we'll get some more and more answers from you. Great.
Yeah.
So today I will spend the most of the time to understanding more about the data types. Okay. And various. So when you have done the array functions, you have used NumPy arrays.
Yes.
So NumPy arrays I'm actually planning to touch from tomorrow, but good that you are also keeping up the pace. But before that, I also want you to understand about various data type and what are the related operations within the data types, like what are the string and string operations. Now I know you understand about string. Definitely you understand about various numeric data types like integer. So let's start the class then. Okay, we'll not waste time. We'll start the class. So when we talk about data types, basically we can see these are the data structures that is available in Python. Okay, and some of them you can see that is primitive data structures, and some are basically more dynamic and non-primitive data structure. So under primitive data structure, you can see it is definitely integer, float, string, and boolean that comes. And non-primitive data structures, definitely there are things like arrays, as you are talking about, then list, tuple. That is a very interesting data type over here. We'll discuss more about tuple probably in tomorrow, and dictionary tomorrow, and then set and file types. So today we will complete basically our primitive data structures, and we'll basically touch the list and tuple. So that is the plan for the day. On that note, so what is integer? So as you have done, Mahinder, so what you understood by integer?
Numeric number without decimal points.
So what is the difference between integers and float?
In float we have decimal points, and in integer we don't.
Okay, so when we talk about integers could be of, because in the real world we have also seen that there are numbers, there are positive numbers and there are negative numbers, correct? So in integers also it could be positive integers and it could be negative integers, correct?
Yes.
And they are immutable data types, and basically if you're trying to change a value of a number of a data, it will actually create a new object. We will show those operations. Now coming into float. So float is again a numeric data type, but the difference between the float and integer, as rightly Mahendra has pointed out, basically float stands for the floating point number. Float represent the real numbers and they are written with a decimal point, harping on that part. It is written with a decimal point dividing the integer and the fractional parts. And float may also be of scientific notation, like E functions indicating the power and all these things we can write with float. And then comes the data type, which is basically alphabet, words, or basically what you used to call in R as characters or factors, correct?
Yes.
Anybody? They still recall?
Yes, sir.
So here also we will do some string operations, and how we can index the string, those parts we are going to see now. Now we have also seen there are logical functions even in R. So here the data type is basically going to be Boolean, and we will see how the Boolean goes. And Boolean basically returns in terms of results in terms of logical. Yes, I think somebody was trying to tell something. Please tell.
Into Boolean vectors are basically logical vector.
Logical vectors. Basically, they can take up the values of true and false. It checks your logic, and it can actually returns the true in terms of true and false. And you can also assign some of the things, like it's a type, not type, cookie, no cookie type of scenario. And then we'll see basically arrays. Arrays are the compact way of writing the basic data types. And in an array, there could be various elements of the data we can pack within arrays, and arrays are supported by array modules. But we will try to understand more about the array, and for that we'll try to understand it with NumPy arrays. And then the list is basically a container object. It's a homogeneous, and it can have duplicate values. So probably right now, am I going too fast? Because I will show you all these examples in a going again back to a Jupyter notebook, and I will show you all the things rather than talking from slides. I will show you all these parts. Are we fine?
So
Yes.
duplicate values means the values can be repeated.
It can have duplicate values in a list, correct?
The
So probably
duplicate means
we can have Shilpi and Shilpi twice in a
okay,
list.
okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So let's probably start with directly with a Python. So I will also request you to open up a Python notebook, and we'll see, and we'll try to understand by doing it with example. I think then we'll understand it in a better way. Okay, make sense? Everybody agrees with the method?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now, as we have already discussed about the data types, means primitive and non-primitive, we can see numeric type of data could be int, that stands for
Integer.
Integer.
Thanks a lot. Then it could be float, and it could be also complex. I will also show you how the complex are written in Python. And we hardly use complex, but we still need to understand about the complex data type. Then we'll understand what is text type is. I have just now mentioned what is str.
String, sir.
String.
Thank you. Then the sequence types could be basically list, tuple, and range. We'll try to also understand what is the difference between tuple and list. Then we'll also try to understand about various mapping time. The dict is dictionary. Thanks a lot. I think good. I'm actually getting very good response today. Then there could be set types. There could be set and frozen set. And bool, we have talked about Boolean type right now. That is a logical vectors, and that stands for bool. And then it could be basically binary types, where it could be bytes, it could be byte array, and memory view. We'll see their operations when we come into it. But for our data science purposes, few of the data types and their operations are going to be very, very important for you. Integer and float. please remember, these are the things we are going to use in a more and more way. So I'm actually trying to harp a lot about it. So integer and float, then string, various string operations, and especially if you are working into unstructured data, probably you have to do more and more string operations over there. You have to understand very clearly about various sequence type, various mapping type, and sometimes for checking our logic, we have to check for Boolean types. Okay. Now coming into it. Now if we try to see in this, so who we will tell. So here I have actually written one small example. So price equal to 60,000, rating equal to 4.9, course type equals to Python for data science, and is published is true. We have right now discussed. So in one by one, I want one response from everyone. So if I basically, sorry, I think I have not run this. Okay, so if I just, we all know about printing the data. We have printed. Now, if I just go and check the type of price, what will be my answer? Who will tell?
Integer.
So Bobita has given the answer integer, and it is absolutely perfect. So now the next answer I want from someone else. If I click on rating, I'm just showing you the data again. If I click on rating, what will be the data type? And I want this answer
float.
from basically
Float.
who has given the answer? Achal?
Sir, it will give float. Shilpi.
Okay, Shilpi. Thank you, Shilpi. Good. So it will give you the answer float. Great. So now I want this answer from, probably I will call the name from Samad. Samad, the course name, if I try to print course name, what will be the answer? I'm just showing you the data type again.
String.
It is going to be string. Absolutely correct. Because, and now the last one, I want Iftikhar to answer this. Oh, okay, Shilpi has given the answer. Good. So I can see Shilpi is giving a. So now we can see the above answers. Price is an integer, a whole number without a decimal point. Then rating is a float because it's a number with a decimal point. Course name is a string because it's a sequence of characters. Is published is basically a Boolean because the values it is returning is basically true or false. Correct? Because we have assigned a true value over here. Now, if we go and try to understand what are the integers in a more, basically the same thing which I have talked to you. The integer represents a positive or negative whole number with no decimal point. And Python integers could be of any size, any unlimited size. And they are immutable data types, and changing the value of a number of data results in a newly allocated object. Like for example, you can see it could, I have just taken a huge number. And if we just print this, so now Iftikhar has not answered still now. So Iftikhar, what I print, what is going to be the answer of this? So I'm harping a lot and trying to give a lot stress on the fundamentals, because later on if we try to go into this part very quickly, later on when we will start getting various errors, we will not be able to answer to it. So Iftikhar, are you online? Okay, Achal, are you online? Achal, are you online? Okay. Okay. So what is going to be the answer of it? Any other person? Because I have already wrote it.
It will type int.
It will type int. Okay, great.
Int.
and this is a very large positive integer, correct?
Integer.
It is a large positive integer. Similarly, the second one is basically, if we try to print, the answer is going to be again int, and it is a large negative integer.
Negative
Correct?
integer. Yes.
Similar way, if we try to print all of these numbers, the answer is going to be
Int.
all of these three are basically examples of different integers. And on integers, basically we can do some of the mathematical operations. Like for example, we can understand this B and C. These are integers, correct? And now if we try to print, probably we will do it one by one. Okay. So if you try to print B, the answer is going to be int, because we know it is integer. Same thing goes with C. I'm not printing C here. Now if we try to print basically B bar C, and if we are printing the type, what will be the answer of it?
Float.
Sir, in print B by C, it will give 2.5, and when we print the type B by C, it will give float.
Absolutely. Thank you. I think I have heard it from Samad also and from Shilpi. Good. Both of you are now getting the logic. But now if we just
It will give 7 and then integer.
good. I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of good answers from Shilpi. I'm really very happy. I think you have also started getting the logic, and you have started taking it very seriously, and I'm feeling a lot very happy. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So now coming to the concept
Hello.
of hello.
Sir, am I audible now?
Yeah. Okay. You have got some audio problems.
Yes, sir. Actually, I was answering, but I don't know
Sorry.
why.
No problem.
Okay.
I think you have any questions on this part?
No,
on
sir.
integer?
No, sir. No.
I think you have already looked into it, so that's why I'm not
Yes.
going. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But
We have already done this.
So nonetheless, in float, when we are looking into the slides, we have also understand about the float, and here we have taken some various float type examples and some of the scientific expressions of it. So if we print basically A, B, and C, what is going to be the answer in type?
Integer.
Who has told integer?
Hello.
In scientific expressions, we have talked about it is going to be of float in a type.
Okay,
so it is all are floats. Okay. So probably let us try to see.
फ्लोट में सर कैरेक्टर्स भी होते हैं, जैसे ये ई वगैरह जो लिखा हुआ था, दिस कम्स अंडर फ्लोट.
These are not characters. These are scientific expression.
Okay.
So Bhavita, what is e to the power 3?
E to the power 3. So it is, I don't know.
It's basically exponential.
It's
Yeah,
it's 3.5 and 3 times 0. E to the power 3 shows that how many times 0 is repeating. In just similar way, capital E4, it is 4 times 0 basically.
So when you are multiplying with this, basically the returning result is going to be. So even if you just try to understand, if you print the value of this, so you can see. Similarly, if you print B, now you're getting it.
Yes, sir.
I think there's some concept of minus E also, ना? Like अगर only E3 है तो वो point के पहले 0 add करता है, minus E है तो वो point के बाद 0 add करता है.
Like if we if you write it like this, you are telling, so 2 into e minus 3, like this. Sorry.
Yes.
Got it? So that is the reason in R also you have seen many a times we have got this type of expression of numerical numbers. Basically here it is 2, but it is basically 0.002. Okay. Similarly, if we write an E, for example, we used to do 0 and 1, e to the power 6 sigma. We'll try to write to the power minus. So here it is writing this. Okay, let me see. 4. I think it is trying to write it. Okay, minus up to -4 it is writing expressing this. Then after that it is actually storing it as a -6 only. It's means the same. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what are the operations we can do on float? So we can do some mathematical functions. Like if we try to print this line, what will be the answer of it?
Sir, it will give 7.0. Sorry, 6.0.
It will give answer as 6.0. Correct.
6.0.
And the type of type of the output is, also tell the type of the output, no?
The float.
Also a float. Thank you. And if you try to subtract, Iftikhar,
So his mic is not working. Just
okay. So Samadhi, you can give the answer. If we now
2.4.
try to subtract, and the output will be of type, it's going to be a float. Now if we try to multiply, what will happen?
It will give 8.0 and type will be float.
That will be float. Now if we try to make it absolute number, then if we try to print this, it will give again float output. Okay.
So
And
what is
similarly,
for absolute? So what is absolute number?
so basically you can get it minus and plus sign, both the things. For example, if you're getting here, I'm just changing the value a bit. Now you can see still in that case we are multiplying it. So if you're multiplying with this, so it is going to be -8, correct? -8.0. Here what we are doing, if we just silent this, from here you can see we are getting -8, but here we are just taking out my plus minus direction out, and we are making it as a number whole. That is the absolution. You got the concept?
ओके सर. सर मीन्स इसमें नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव जो भी है वो सब इक्वलाइज हो जाता है.
It usko negative, and we are not giving a direction to it. We are just printing the output of it. Okay, as a whole number, not in a minus positive
और
direction.
नेगेटिव. ओके.
Okay. Like as we have seen in R, the complex numbers are written with I, So here it is written with j, and basically j is the imaginary part of that complex number here. So now if we just take some of the numbers here, and for example, what is 3? 3 is an integer, correct? And 5j is basically a complex number. So now, and similarly, y is another complex number that is equal to 5j, or z is basically minus 5j. So now if we print the output of it, what is going to be the output?
It will give integer plus complex.
All three are complex numbers.
Awesome. Thank you, Mahendra. So
Okay.
basically all three are going to be, ultimate output is going to be a complex number,
Okay.
because this, in that case also, it is getting stored as a complex number.
Complex.
Got it?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now let us try to do some type conversions, because how we can actually convert some of them. So now we are actually taking some, by now we are clearly understanding what is integer, what is float, and what is complex, correct?
Yes, sir.
So now let us try to convert basically integer to float. Okay. Now the method for that is basically, we are going to be there, like I'm storing them as a APC. So basically, what is the nature of x? That is integer. Now we are trying to convert it into float. So we are writing like this: a equal to float x. Okay. And then we are actually going to convert b, which is a float, into integer. So we are writing as a int y, and then we are actually trying to convert this j, which is basically 1j, which is a complex number, as integer. So we are, so sorry, the first one as in basically complex number. So that is the reason we are writing as a complex. So if we try to print the result and we are trying to see the output, let's see it, how it will happen. So now you can see earlier our x1 was basically an integer. Now we have converted it into a float, so it is giving us a result float. In the second case, it was a 2.0, that was a float. Now we have converted them into an integer. And then the last one, which is basically, we have taken our integer, that is 1, and we have actually converted that into a complex number, correct? So now if we just quickly go back, and in our previous
Sir,
example,
it is like कि हम जो भी हमने वैल्यूज, मतलब हमें उनको जैसे भी कन्वर्ट करना है, हम डायरेक्टली लिख कर ऐसे कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं.
yes, absolutely. For example, here this was initially, we are trying to make an example out of it. So now it will convert it into, sorry, let me run this.
वैसे इंटीजर को कॉम्प्लेक्स को इंटीजर में कैसे चेंज करेंगे, ये एरर देगा.
हाँ, okay, yes,
क्योंकि ये पॉसिबल ही नहीं है.
My bad. I think complex we cannot, if it is an integer we can change it into a complex, but it is not other ways around. It's not other way around. Sorry, I think.
Because in integer we multiply with 0, then that's why it is converted in the complex. But इसमें हमें imaginary part को remove करना पड़ेगा, and then हम कैसे करेंगे इसको remove?
So we can actually convert numbers into complex, but complex we cannot convert it back. You are correct. You are correct. So I think we can do this. Basically, this we can actually convert into. This we can do. Means float and integer we can basically interchangeably convert. You can actually convert things into complex, like this one you can actually make into you can do this operation. Yes, from complex we cannot get it back because that has got an imaginary number, means we don't have the details of the number, so it is not possible to return it to either integer or float. So we are good till now. So where were we? So now this is now we will try to see basically what are the type of operations we can do. Now, for example, this is an integer and this is an string. So now if we try to print them like this, what will be the output?
Both will be printed.
And with a comma separator.
Oh, no,
No, it will this comma separator, it will not be printed with a comma separator. Both will be printed. That's it. You're correct. Now, if you are not trying to do some mathematical operations on this, so if we try to add this number and if we try to print the result, what will be the result output of it?
float type.
It will be of a float type, and the answer is going to be the 8 plus 13.4. Now, if we try to do some of the mathematical operation one by one on this, let us see what will happen. Let me comment some of them. First, let me store them. So here we have got a result. We know, and in the process here you can see we are also doing some of the operations, storing variables and doing some mathematical activities in the variables. You are also understanding that in the process we are not only learning the data type, we are also doing some of the operations on that. Are you getting that concept?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now we have already got our this variable result, and which is 13.1.
13.4.
13.4 exactly. 13.4. So now if we run this, we are getting basically we are adding one integer, that is 1, but the answer we are getting is basically of a float type.
14.
Okay, now if we do this, that means if you are trying to multiply it with an integer, what will be the output?
So float.
It will be float, and it is going to be 26.8.
And 8.
Now if we try to divide it, what will be the answer?
Sir, it will give. It will be float because the answer is something 2.2 something.
2.233.
2.223 something. Yeah.
And if we run this, it's again going to give basically a float as an output. And now if we try now,
So the answer will be 6.7. Why it is giving 6.0 in the when you are running this D is equal to result?
because so if you run this, the answer is going to be 6.7. But now if I try to give a vote, it's doing an approximation and giving it to you.
Option we can use this this sign twice.
Sign twice.
Okay.
Okay, and now you can also multiply a variable with another variable. This is the example of that. So what was your number 1? Just let me quickly go up. So your number 1 was basically an integer. Now if we try to multiply with our result, we can multiply like this and we'll get a result out of it. You can also try that and you will get the result. So
Sorry, sir, I didn't get it, sir.
So it is something like, see, you can multiply one variable with another variable also. Like this is our one of the variable. This is our another variable. So you can see, you can get a result out of it.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, now coming into the string operations. So the first string what we have started means our journey was with our hello world, if you remember. Hello world is also a string, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now you can actually operate all on this, and you can actually also change some of the variables. For example, here first time when I'm assigning the name as John, and then I'm assigning John change to Sam, and if I try to print, what will happen? The output. You
It
want
will
to
give Sam.
do you really think it will give only Sam?
So I'm not sure.
So it will print both John and
It will print both of them, because if you are correct, means if I do this, okay, and print it, it will give only Sam. But now if I give like this and if I print, it will give me John and Sam, because got it?
yes,
Yes,
So
sir.
now I am actually trying to also infuse the concept of looking into a code and what will be the output. Okay. So we also understand about what is the difference between white space. If I write like this, if I print it like this, it will print it like John Smith. But if I print it like this, it will basically print it like John and Smith. Similarly, you want to create it like this. You can also create it like it will like John underscore Smith. Got it? So that is the important of basically white space. Now a quick question, and that is, I think Shilpi has given a lot of answers. So I wanted to ask Samad. So if I now print a message hello world, what will be my type answer?
So type answer string.
Is what it will be?
String.
It will be string. So I have printed it, and I have also printed it as a struct. It's going to be string. So we are good still now. You're
Yes.
also doing it with
Yes.
you're also doing it with me. Are you writing this? Means are you also trying parallelly?
Yes, sir. I have not written
No,
all
sir.
right.
Then am I going too fast, or shall I go a bit slow? Because I also want you to write, and I want to see, because if you just keep on seeing, you will only see, but you can also write this thing. So shall I do one thing? Shall I just share this with you immediately so that you can
Yes,
also
sir.
start?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Or let me not share. I will share the PDF later on, but I want you to write this, because I want also you to come into the habit of writing.
Okay, sir.
So could we write it together? So what do you think? Means I want to take a feedback from all of them, because if I just share the code, you will do copy paste and run. You will not try to write. Then you will also not see that challenges, and you will not get a error also. So what is best? What do you suggest? Whole class.
Well, I guess copying is best, because otherwise all the people will take a lot of time to complete this. So copy paste is best, I guess. We have limited time.
Okay. So then till this, I'm just going to, means I think, hold on. So at the same time, I'm just showing it to you. You can actually download this into various formats. You can actually download this as a notebook format, that is IPyNib, or you can actually create a PDF out of it. You can also create HTML out of it, and you can also create .py file of it. Suppose you are going to run it from the kernel, then .py you have to use. If you are going to use it in a notebook, then IPyNib is the good format. So right now what I'm doing, I'm actually sharing two formats with you. One is IPyNib format. Just quickly sharing it so that you can do it parallel. All of you have got it?
Yes, sir.
Now somebody will tell me, if I try to, from our logic now, please do not run it before and see the answer. Try to give the answer from the logic. So if we try to add John and Smith like this, then what will be the output?
We'll get the John and Smith in single line without with a space.
With a space. Yes, absolutely. And if I run it like this,
No space between them.
no space between them. So these are the formatting we have also now learned. And in our last class, I have
Run it again. So please run it again.
yes.
You were saying it will not show any space, but still the space is coming.
So
In this,
I have changed.
comma.
Now if I run,
Okay.
you got it.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay.
But if you run it with a space, we are actually introduced. This is basically a space character we are giving in between.
Okay.
It is
Sir.
similar like in, I think many a time in X, some of you who has done in Excel, you have used
Yes,
these
sir.
operators,
Using the concatenate.
concatenate and ampersand. Exactly, it's a concatenate similar operator. Thank you. Okay, now you remember in last class we have used some of the F strings where we are storing this as a variable, and then we are calling the variable using the F string. And this F string is a technique that has been used in, I told you that I will talk more about it when I will go into strings. So this is a concept that has been, it was not a feature in Python basically 2.0 or till Python 3.5. They have introduced this F string function in Python 3.6 onwards. I will just quickly show it to you how it gets some of the benefits. It's there. So this has actually created a lot of advantage in terms of, it has given a lot of speed while writing. So they have introduced these F strings. Basically, it's a great way of writing. It has actually increased the old school formatting in Python while writing the strings. And earlier, you can see we used to use this ampersand operator and all. Now with the F string, it can actually go much more quicker. Not this document I was trying to see. There's a Python document on this. Yes. So I will also quickly share this with you. So these are the new functions in Python 3.6 onwards. And those who are interested can go through this to read more about it. Now, what is the advantage of it? You can see that you can store the name John and you can actually write it with the name. And you remember in our last class, we have also done some of the interesting games using these F strings, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Anybody has tried to replicate those things at home? I have shared it, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, today I will show you another interesting thing in a small game. So now we are actually creating a string. It's name of a course, and that course name is basically Python for data science. I'm running, and so now if we try to print course, What will be the output?
Python for data frame.
I want to check the type. What shall I write?
Hello,
Right.
sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Type. Bracket.
It is a class structure. Now, if we are trying to get the first character, we can actually write it like this.
0. We are doing indexing.
So what will be the answer of this? If we run this,
Python.
what?
P. Only P.
So I can hear from Bobita. Bobita is telling that it will return Python, and I have got it from Mahendra, who is telling the answer is going to be only P.
P.
So which is the correct answer?
Only P.
Only P is the right answer. Now similar way, you try to get it. If I run it, see, it will start reading like this. Okay, it is P, and then if we run the next one, it will index it as
Y.
Y.
If we run -1, it will go back
E.
into
E. E.
E.
E, because it is going to be last from
Times 5.
E. And now if we do this, then it will basically give C.
C.
So it's same like, you remember when you used to work in Excel, we used to do this right formula and left formula, right,
sir.
left and mid. So we using this, you will also be able to create a lot of that type of operations. You're getting it. You're getting the logic, correct?
Yes.
Now, for example, if we now try to get right like 1 to 5, what will be the answer?
Y to some Y.
1 to
Y,
right.
T, H, O.
Y to 5. Y
It
to
will be
O.
Y
Y, T, H.
to-
Y, T, H.
But if we want to get
Y to O.
Python, then what shall we write now? Now I will basically, now I will not write. I'll take your input as a, and then I will write. So
0,
I want to
6.
get 0
colon 6.
colon
6.
and if we run it, we'll get Python. Got the logic?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I want from, basically I want to get I want to get the whole science. So I means Mahendra, please, not you. I want some others to answer, because you have got the logic. Absolutely, I can understand. So how shall we write it?
Course. Then indexing starting with 0.
Course, then 0,
Column. Then I don't know how many alphabets are there. +1. -6.
but we have
Then
got
we
this.
data set.
We have got this.
The question क्या था आपका?
So I want to get the last word, science.
Science.
Okay, science.
Okay.
So minus.
So हमें -1 से लेके लास्ट S जहाँ पे आ रहा है, एक सेकेंड, S
-1 to -7.
-1 to -7 लिखना होगा. -1 colon -7.
-7 -1.
First word science.
-6.
Then SC. तो 7 तक जाएगा आई थिंक.
I want you to find out the answer and tell me. It means probably not now in the class.
Try
but
try
after-
-6.
पूरी लाइन डालनी है क्या?
No, try -6 column -1.
He is almost near.
-7.
-7.
-7 to -1. वो इंडेक्स वैल्यू.
-7 to -1 is 0.
-7 and 0.
No, it's not working.
वो लास्ट वाला -1 से काउंट होता है, वो 0 का वहाँ पे कुछ नहीं होता।
तो
तो
-1
ये
से आ गया ना?
-8 to -1 जाएगा क्या?
नहीं,
नहीं, मैं तो वैसे ही बोल रही हूँ कि वो
माइनस
बार-बार SC
ई है
MC यही
लास्ट
आना है
लास्ट
ना।
नहीं आ रहा ना, लास्ट ई नहीं आ
ओके
रहा
सर,
ना।
हम यहाँ ब्लैंक छोड़ सकते हैं क्या? लाइक -8 कोलन वो -1 की जो वैल्यू वहाँ पे हम कुछ पुट ही ना करें कोलन के साथ सर।
नहीं सर, कॉलन के साथ
Okay.
So now
But it will be -7.
-7
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. So now we have got the concept.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So it now you're finding it more interesting.
Sir, Python का जो next word है, अगर उसको करना है, what will be used?
Think you have to also. So how much do you want to go?
So Python 4. Only that 4.
Think over.
0, 1, 2. It will be 7 colon 7 colon and then 10.
It will not. Okay, good. What exactly? Good. So now
We can also go in reverse ना, हम इसको just for के लिए हम negative भी use कर सकते हैं ना,
negative use.
like अगर हम पीछे से okay.
So if you, in that case, you can actually go from any of the direction. It's like left and right, you can go in both the direction. So now, for example, if we try to print this, what will be the answer of it?
Python से Python is data.
You
Python
write it down.
Only D, sir. Only D.
I'm thinking.
Yes sir, Python for D.
Only D, I guess.
So Shilpi is telling only D, and you're telling Python for D. I think.
Yeah, Python for D. Sorry, Python for D. Sorry.
Like that you can do. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Liked it.
Yes,
So now
sir.
you have understood also. So a similar way, what I want you to basically, I can also respond to. What you can do. You can actually keep on take a string, and you can do various slicing and dicing of it, indexing of it, and I think that will give you a good hold of it. That is my understanding. I think that will definitely help you. Now, quickly, I think Shilpi is today doing good, and Iptikar I have not heard. Probably I can ask this to Achal. Achal, if I try to print this like this, what will be the answer?
Which one, sir?
This one. Like I have now here, I'm doing some string assignment. I'm here assigning first name as Albert, last name as Einstein, and then I'm trying to print a full name. So what will be the when I do print full name, what will be my answer?
So it will be a Albert space Einstein.
The Albert space Einstein. Perfect. Similarly, we can also do some ampersand here. So Shilpi, what will, if I try to print this, what will be the answer?
Sir, it will give cake and cookie. Like cake, space and cookie.
And if I do it like now, I have actually kept some white space, but if I run it like this,
Yeah.
Now you understood your previous question. I have also answered now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I am asking you again a question. If we just take these two numbers and I'm trying to print it, x plus y, what will be the answer?
6, sir.
42.
Are you sure?
Answer will be 42.
Sorry. Yeah, 42. 42.
Thanks,
Sorry.
Mahendra.
Sorry.
I intentionally tried to confuse you, telling that these are the two numbers. But when we are taking these numbers, these are as basically strings, correct?
Yeah.
So that it is going to print as 42. But if we
42.
try to now, what is going to be the 42's type? Like if we try to do
String.
Thanks, but you have told the answer. I was just asking. So these are the common mistakes what we many a times make. Now probably what we can also do, how we can take out a length of a string. Okay. For example, if I am taking the length, just let me replicate. I will run it one by one. Okay, so now I have got basically, this is one string, 8 for you.
8.
This is also another string. This is another string, correct? So this is what this string. What is the name of this?
48. String 3. Stored 48.
What is the name of this type of string? Have you heard of something alphanumeric?
Okay, alphanumeric.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I just try to take out the length, what will be the answer of this?
I guess 6.
8. 8.
Okay. Counting space as well. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. But now if I just make it this, answer is
No,
going to be 6.
6.
I just wanted to see, these are very small things, but actually if you don't do it very clear, means I can go forward very quickly, but if you are not understanding these things, you are going to make you are going to end up into some of the trouble, a lot of errors, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, now this is basically giving me a length of 3, 1 2 3, but now what will be the length?
5.
5.
सिंगल स्पेस किया ना सर ने
दोनों तरफ किया है.
Double space.
Okay, and similarly if you are trying to, now what is going to be the sorry, length of, just let me, I'll not run it, just
6.
it's going to be 6. You got the concept very clearly, correct?
Yes, sir.
How to take out a length. Now basically if you are trying to, for one thing, I have actually talked about a concept that is alphanumeric to you, correct? Now how to check that? You can actually check it with this. So if I just try to run this, what will be the answer?
True.
Structure 1, the answer you are telling, it's going to be true.
Yes. Because we have 4 in this.
It's going to be the false, because
Okay,
I am
it is
actually
checking for the entire string. It should be entire string as numeric. Okay. Okay. Then
Got
string
it.
2 will be true. Yeah, string 2 will be true.
And now let's run, as you have rightly said, it's going to be
True.
False.
just hold on,
True.
because it was because of the space. I have earlier stored it as a with the spaces now. Now it is true, but if I make it like this and run it, it is going to be false.
False.
Okay.
So why so?
Now you try to tell me, you try to think of, because if I'm just writing this and if I'm writing like this, what is the difference?
We have added,
character of
added
the
space.
length is
We have added
increasing
space.
and
No,
have
we have
added
added a space. Space is a character.
So it is not,
Okay.
it's not as a whole digit, correct? But
Okay,
now
okay,
if I
sir.
run,
Okay.
it will be true. Got it?
Okay. Okay,
Similarly,
sir.
now from your logic, Shilpi, you try to say what will be the answer for 3. I'm just running this now.
So it will be false
Sure.
because there is a also, and that is not a digit.
Great. Okay. So similarly, probably with this, our understanding of string. So if we run, string is basically. We all are clear till this point. We are very
Yes, sir.
comfortable. We are very comfortable about the understanding of few things. So what are the things we have learned till now? Quickly revise.
We have done different data types and the type conversion and the string manipulation.
So first and foremost, we have learned about the various type of data. Okay, the primitive data structures and the other type of data structure, non-primitive data structures, and within the primitive data structures, we have started understanding about various numeric data structures.
Yes. Integers.
So we have understood about
Float.
integer, float, and complex numbers. Okay.
String boolean.
Then we have also understand about the. So just let us go up quickly. We understood about numeric types. We have understand about integer, float, and complex. We have also understood the interoperability between integer and float. But we have also seen the complex. We cannot return back into any other type, but we can always create integer or float out of into complex, correct? Then we have understood about the structures of the string and various string operations, and then we have also looked into quickly about Boolean. So if we go, what are the other things we have seen? We have seen how we can do within the numeric, how we can do various mathematical operations into numeric variables. We have seen various mathematical operations between the float variables, and then we have understood about complex variables. Then we have understood about string. We have understood about how to index the string. We have also understood about the if strings. Okay. And what I will request to you going forward, probably you can actually start writing more of a if string. So because I will just take one more minute to show you, and I want you to basically guide me. I want here, if I run this, I have got a message that is hello world. Now I want to do an if string function of it. Could you help me to write? You will tell me the functions to write, and I will write it. So here we'll write welcome to hello world. Okay. How we will write, and the message is going to be welcome. So who will help me one by one? Or if you want, you can write it directly also, the way you are comfortable.
Okay.
Now tell me.
Type F.
F.
Then inverted comma.
Inverted comma.
So you need hello word only, right?
नहीं
Welcome to
practice होता है. Welcome to
welcome to
hello
hello
word. Okay, okay.
Welcome
Then
to
type
hello.
inverted comma में
type
sir welcome to.
type welcome to
come
welcome to. Now start middle bracket.
no sir
Middle,
welcome to
middle
नहीं
bracket.
नहीं
नहीं welcome to आएगा फिर then middle bracket में ms
Curly
MSG.
curly braces, yes.
Curly brackets, yes, MSG.
हमने square bracket लगा दिया I think
नहीं curly braces है.
सही है.
Inverted
Then-
comma close नहीं है so.
Thank you. Okay, so you can see one thing, until and unless you are doing this, it's actually showing something is incomplete. Now if I print it, welcome to hello world. Correct. Now we are also comfortable about the f strings.
Yes, sir.
Good, because that will be now we'll also try to understand today about some of the list and list operation. Okay, so what is list? List is basically is a way it actually saves series of various items
Different
in a
variable.
particular it's basically different type of variable. It's actually trying to save it within a particular order way. For example, if I put it like this, apple, banana and cherry with comma, this what are the type of these variables? All three
String.
are string. And now if I just try to print x, what it will print as?
string and apple banana
List. The type will be list.
It will print.
And if I try to print this,
and list
it will print it like, got it?
list
So let us try to see how we can actually make a list. We can make a list by any which way. So let us try to create a class list. Our data science class, we are trying to create a class list. Class underscore list. So how shall I go? Please proceed me, guide me.
square bracket
Square bracket, then
and column then name
first is Mahendra, comma, next you are talking so Bhavita, comma, then
Achal
comma,
Shilpi
then Shilpi, okay, comma, then there is Samad,
सर आपने कॉमा से इन्वर्टेड कॉमा से पहले लगा दिया.
कहाँ पे?
हाँ सर शिल्पी वाला
सर
bracket
शिल्पी के जस्ट बाद.
Thank you. Then Samad, then Iftikhar. Okay, and I'm also there. Okay, so now if I print this, so what will be the answer?
Sir, in print class list, it will give all the names and
First it will print a list of the class list as a class list, and then it will print the class as list.
class list.
Okay, now we try to see how we can do various string operation. Some of us basically are fond of bikes, so I have actually taken an example of bike. So let us try to basically make a list of bikes similar way. So if we run it, then if we try to get the first item in the list, so that is our first bike.
Trek.
So what will it will provide the answer as Trek. So similarly, if we want to
So why,
get the
why it is not coming in inverted commas? Why it is not coming in inverted commas?
so this see
No, sir.
why we
In the
put
59th, when you have print the first bike.
so why it will come as an inverted comma, because why we are putting here as a double inverted comma or single inverted comma. You in the class anybody will try to explain this.
Okay, sir.
No, you then if you understood, you have to explain it to me.
Okay,
When we
sir.
write a string,
सर मुझे समझ में आ गया एक्चुअली
hey,
whenever
आप
we
समझाओ, you have to explain it to me.
so just give me a second. सर लाइक जब हम डबल इन्वर्टेड कॉमास में हमने लिस्ट बनाकर लिखा था सारे नाम जितने भी लिखे थे हमने सो व्हेन वी प्रिंटेड वो सिंगल इन्वर्टेड कॉमा शो करेगा एंड सर मैं एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पा रही बट मुझे समझ में आ गया.
क्या समझ में आ गया? Right now we have actually understood about this class. So if we just take so what is the data type of Trek?
Sir, string.
String. How we write string? I'm printing like this. It is actually printing the list. But when I'm printing, when we are printing the first bike, we are actually storing the value of this value out of those lists as a character, and that we are printing. Correct?
Okay, sir.
Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Now you tell me if you are clear from this list with this logic. If I try to get the first name of the Mahindra, how shall I write? From this, we have already created our class list.
Yes, sir.
And now I want to get the name of Mahindra. You will tell me the logic, or any means probably first I want Shilpi to try. So I want the
So we can
one, okay, and that is I'm trying to get the name of Mahindra out of this. So what shall I write?
Class list.
Class, then underscore list. Good.
list.
Then
Bracket.
which bracket?
And the
That's
big one.
correct.
Okay, then
And
Zero.
0. And then if I try to print this,
print class underscore 1.
see. So now we will get the value as Mahindra. And now I'm just keeping this. Okay. Now I want you to get your own name, Shilpi. How shall I do that?
So instead of 0, you can use 4. No.
I'm writing 4 here, and see the result, and then you can tell it.
3. Sorry,
If I'm writing 4, we are getting Samad. If you're writing,
okay,
thanks.
sorry, 3 because Mahindra is 0. Okay, 3.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, now we want to get the last bike in this case. Okay, last bike we want to get, and we can get it like this. So if we go back and try to get the name of Iftikhar, what shall be your means that I want it from Mahindra. Just hold on a minute. Let me let me just create another one. that is class 2, okay, your logic is going to be how I can get the name of seeker.
Index number 5. Class list 5.
No, that is a one way, means we can
Minus
get
2.
it
I think
minus
there are
2.
minus 2.
minus 2.
definitely. And now means I'm actually talking about forward and backward, means now we are trying to run it like this, we'll definitely get. So we are good how we are
Yes,
handling
sir.
the list, we are understanding it very clearly.
Yes, sir.
Now we are actually trying to see the loop operations basically. So we are actually trying to create looping. So if we try to take in a similar way, in our this data, shall we create some loop operations here? And what first is help me means writing the loop. Meanwhile I'm just keeping other things ready.
For name in class list. In class list.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
So you are telling me name we have not put.
No, sir. Class list
No.
names are no.
It is basically class list in class.
No, you are printing class list.
Class list.
You have to print the variable.
So
If you
here
are putting 4 name in class, then you have to print name.
It will
No,
get
no.
your name.
No, sir. Both sides.
If
For
your
name के बाद
variable
for
name is
class
name,
list.
then print name. What is your variable name? Currently, your variable name is class list, so you can print class list. If your variable name is name, then you will print name.
exactly. So now I'm actually sorry.
Both sides
my
we have to name.
Okay, so if I'm actually now what he is telling, so basically if I'm trying to create name equal to class list,
No, sir.
correct?
No, sir. No, sir. No.
No, sir.
Variable-
यहाँ पे हमने
For
loop
Variable
name
name.
in class list.
क्लास लिस्ट की जगह पे हम नेम देंगे इन क्लास
Name
लिस्ट, एंड जब हम प्रिंट करेंगे तो यहाँ पे हम पर्टिकुलर नेम देंगे, नेम हमें प्रिंट
Name
करना है.
सब आ जाएगा.
तो आप यहाँ पे ही चाहते हो इसको नेम देने के लिए.
No, after 4.
For name in class list, print name.
Yeah. Name and then print name. Yes. So
No,
it's
sir,
correct.
it's not
It's correct.
clear. ये सही है.
प्रिंट के अंदर सर हम पर्टिकुलर नेम दे सकते हैं.
Name. That will also work.
देन ये लास्ट में ऊपर, क्योंकि ये लास्ट का ले रहा है, अगर यहाँ पे हम किसी का नेम देंगे तो वो नेम प्रिंट होगा फिर.
सर आई डोंट थिंक सो कि ये नेम आपका लास्ट वाला ले रहा है, बिकॉज आपने स्टार्टिंग में नेम का जो आपने प्रिंट किया था वो अपना नाम किया था, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज गिविंग ऊपर. अदरवाइज वो आपका नाम भी नहीं देता, कुछ और शो करता है. जस्ट
मेरी शिल्पी, यहाँ पे हमने इनको वो बता दिया ना कि इसे कहाँ से वैल्यू लेनी है, क्लास लिस्ट में से वैल्यू लेनी है इसे नेम.
I think
नहीं,
Shilpi,
I'm talking about
earlier we have
ये
actually
जो
taken
आपने प्रिंट नेम
this session, we have taken somewhere as a Upal as a name लिखा था. I
यस
think
सर.
that is
तो कुछ और लिख देते हैं. नेम की जगह.
बोलो. Now you tell me.
बताओ
Names
मेहंदी क्या नाम दे.
names लिखते हैं.
कुछ भी दे दो.
कुछ भी दे
ये
दो.
आप ही बताओ.
It's also giving the results. Okay, so let us go into some more operations. Like now, if we just try to print here after we as we have got the loop, so you can actually check some of the things are means now we can actually check the booleans also here. For example,
sir.
if we run in this scope the class list, now I want to check Alok's name is there in this class list or not. So how shall we do that? First, let us see Mahindra is in this class list or not. See the logic how I have checked it over here. That is in basically is going to search over there. In that case, you see what will be the logic here. Now, first I want to check if I just run this, what will be the answer?
False.
False. False.
It is definitely going to be the false. But now if I run it, will be the answer is
True. Okay. आना चाहिए.
it is coming as false.
False क्यों आ रहा है? false है.
Why it is showing false?
Because of inverted commas.
सर एक मिनट आप कोडिंग कीजिए. कहीं कुछ छूट गया होगा मुझे. Class list.
So can you
तो
please
इसको
go
डबल
back to the
इन्वर्टेड कॉमा
example?
भी रखते हैं एक बार. आप वो सिंगल इन्वर्टेड कॉमा पे रख लो. ऐसे करके देखना.
कहाँ पे?
सर नीचे वाली लाइन में. सही दिया. आना तो चाहिए मगर फिर नहीं. गलत आ. कोडिंग
ये लिस्ट तो
सर ये गलत. ये कुछ और रीड कर रहा है. क्लास 1 में भी हमारा गलत आ रहा है इसका.
actually it is only reading this name.
सर एक बार दोबारा रन
list.
कीजिए यानी 86 वाली लाइन को.
फोर लूप वाली लाइन रन मत करो. आप सिर्फ 86 लाइन रन करके 4 वाली स्किप करो और फिर उस पे चेक करो. नो. हाँ. ठीक है, इसको भी स्किप करो. सीधा अपनी चेकिंग पे आओ.
There is
नहीं,
some
अब सही
problem in
कर.
our.
इसके बीच में भी एक लाइन रन हो रही थी ना जिसमें एरर आ रहा था. क्या था
वो तो फोर लूप वाली लाइन थी ना, उसमें सर ने प्रिंट को साइलेंट नहीं किया था.
हाँ, तो प्रिंट को भी इसको हटा दो. सब कुछ हटा दो.
प्रिंट को साइन नहीं किया था.
हाँ, अब 97 रन करो और डायरेक्ट चेक करो कंडीशन अपनी. अभी भी फॉल्स
No, now I think
हो गया ना ट्रू. coming as true.
I think we are getting some problem in our for loop.
एक्चुअली हो क्या रहा है कि ये फॉर लूप रन होने के बाद सीधा लास्ट इंडेक्स पे जाके रुक जा रहा है. तो चलेगा तो इंडेक्स पूरी रन हो गई ना, 0 से लेके लास्ट तक चला गया, वहां जाके ऊपर पे स्टॉप हो गया. अब हम कंपेयर कर रहे हैं बबीता टू ऊपर.
Then actually it is searching for only upal as a
ऊपर
as a list. So similarly in this case also in our acha we have to run it again I think because I don't know what are the
पर इसको क्यों नहीं हो रहा है?
I think it should work. Yeah, it's
यहाँ पे
coming
तो
properly.
रन करता है,
So
यहाँ पे तो प्रॉपर्ली रन हो रहा है.
so in this case also you can see if I'm checking this is a list and if I'm checking Harley Davidson in bikes it's giving false. If we instead of that you can write anything any name which is not there in this list it will give me as a false value. Now the next part is basically how we can add items to a list.
सर एक्चुअली मेरा कनेक्शन फेल हो गया था, तो सर वो आप बता सकते हैं वो जो क्लासिस्ट वाला था वो हुआ कि नहीं?
कौन सा?
अभी जो जस्ट आप प्रीवियस 1 मिनट पहले बता रहे थे सर, एक्चुअली कनेक्शन लॉस्ट हो गया था. तो
this is the loop. We have actually created the class. Okay.
Yeah.
And now we are checking probably with your name only. This here. Now probably so what will be the answer of this?
फॉल्स.
That is it.
सर बट अभी इससे पहले भी फॉल्स आ रहा था, देन ट्रू कैसे हुआ? आपने क्या चेंज किया था?
It was not means there was a problem that was happening in the variables. Now we have just run it fresh because it was only taking this last name and it was creating Upal as the last index and it was creating the problem. Now that you can see from here, now this printing and everything is going proper, correct?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Now coming into this, the similar way. In this list, basically Craig is there and Harley Davidson is not there. Now probably we want to basically want to add some item into the list. So this is the method which you can add to append some of the list.
It always append at the last index value.
Yes. Then similarly, you can actually make some of the numerical lists also.
So
For
what
example,
is append here? Sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
So what is append here?
Append means you want to add some of the data structures into this. Got it?
Sir, you are not
in your original list, if you see, in your original list, there were 3 bikes, Craig,
yes, sir.
Redline, Jand. Now I want to add also another one. It is Harley Davidson here. Like it is, I will show you probably one by one. Just then you will understand it clearly. First I'm running the bikes. Then I'm adding here Frick. Then I'm adding here red line. Then I'm adding here giant, and then I'm adding here Harley Davidson. Got it?
अगर मल्टीपल ऐड करना है तो एक्सटेंड भी तो यूज कर सकते हैं ना?
Pardon me? Hello?
हेलो,
You are trying to tell something. Please tell.
अगर हमें मल्टीपल यूज करना है तो हम एक्सटेंड भी तो यूज कर सकते हैं ना, एक्सटेंड मेथड.
Extend method भी use कर सकते हैं. Yes.
But can't we add multiple item by using this append function only, like append track, comma, red line?
only add only one item in append.
append के थ्रू हम सिर्फ एक ही एलिमेंट एक बार में ऐड कर सकते हैं.
Just checking. Comma.
Sir, I do have a question. Sir,
Just please tell.
It will not add multiple. Only one argument can be there. Should be there in append. Okay.
But now
Print bikes 1.
sorry. Yes. Got it? So
एक्सटेंड भी कर दीजिए, पेन के बदले एक्सटेंड, देन यहाँ पे 2 वेरिएबल डाल दीजिए फरारी के साथ, तो वो भी पता चल जाएगा.
then you tell me. Now I'm actually going to create a bike 2. Bike 2.
Dot extend.
Then bikes 2 dot extend. Then probably what we can do,
Only 4 argument. Take exactly 1 argument, 4 given.
so first you have to
एक्चुअली
first
सर बाइक्स 2 हमारा ब्लैंक है ना, तो आई थिंक इस वजह से तो नहीं है.
so first you have to actually create bikes append.
एक्सटेंड तो तब होगा ना जब उसमें ऑलरेडी कुछ कोई एलिमेंट होगा. सर बाइक्स 2.
Sorry. Yes. Bikes 2. Then bikes 2 extend.
It is saying extend takes exactly one argument. It will also take only one argument, like append.
नहीं एक्सटेंड
Error message is there. Type error. Read the type error. Extend function takes exactly one argument. 3 are given. If you want to add multiple items, then we should use insert.
सर एक एरर है इसमें मुझे याद. एक्सटेंड में हम जो है वो स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट यूज करते हैं, स्मॉल ब्रैकेट नहीं, तो हमें यहाँ पे स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट यूज करना पड़ेगा. एंड बाइक्स डॉट एक्सटेंड नॉर्मल जो हमारा पैरेंथेसिस होता है वो, देन हम एक्सटेंड की जो वैल्यू है वो हमारी वो हम स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट में देते हैं.
तो आप और एक बार ये बोलो. फर्स्ट बाइक्स
बाइक्स
then
डॉट टू एक्सटेंड हमारा जो नॉर्मल पैरेंथेसिस होता है स्मॉल ब्रैकेट, और एक्सटेंड उसमें से यस सिंपल हम अपना स्मॉल ब्रैकेट लगा देंगे लास्ट में तो वो आई थिंक हो जाएगा।
ठीक है, अब वो एक सिंगल आर्ग्यूमेंट हो गया ना।
यस
I think it has basically it is actually taking the entire list as a
सिंगल आर्ग्यूमेंट।
सिंगल
Single
आर्गुमेंट लेते हैं पर हम एक्सटेंड के थ्रू मल्टीपल एलिमेंट्स ऐड कर सकते हैं।
इन दैट केस वी
आप-
कैन डू द सेम विद अपेंड एज वेल।
नहीं अपेंड में आई थिंक नहीं होता है, मैंने ट्राई किया।
आप ये ट्राई करोगे, कॉपी करोगे, क्योंकि हम एक सिंगल लाइन देते हैं यार, हम सिंगल लिस्ट पास कर रहे हैं ना एक्सटेंड में, वही सिंगल लिस्ट अपेंड में पास करो।
एक मिनट बाइक्स 3 आप जो बोल रहे हो यहाँ पे इसको
नहीं,
मैं
लास्ट
जाके
नहीं, ये
सर
नहीं एक्सटेंड वाली लाइन कॉपी पेस्ट करो और एक्सटेंड को हटा के अपेंड लिख दो बस वहाँ। हाँ, यहाँ पर एक्सटेंड की जगह अपेंड लिख दो।
कुछ तो प्रॉब्लम है।
सर
चेंज बाइक्स टू बाइक्स 3, बाइक्स 2 को बाइक्स 3 में चेंज करो।
sorry yes but in that case what is
ये
happening
लिस्ट
we
ले
have
रहे
seen
हैं।
सिंगल आर्गुमेंट एंड देन एज ए लिस्ट एंट्री ले रहा है। ओके, बट यू कैन ऐड, बट इस तरीके से होगा। ठीक है,
now आप और एक मेथड बोल रहे थे इंसर्ट
इंसर्ट का वो हम किसी भी स्पेसिफिक इंडेक्स में इंसर्ट कर सकते हैं अपने एलिमेंट को।
बोलो
लाइक अगर हमने किया बाइक्स 4 ठीक है, इसको हम अपेंड करेंगे।
नहीं, बाइक्स 4 डॉट इंसर्ट डायरेक्टली लगा सकते हैं, बाइक्स 4
हम
डॉट
डायरेक्ट कर
इंसर्ट
सकते हैं।
डॉट इंसर्ट कर्ली ब्रेसेस स्टार्ट।
नहीं हमें
अरे
इंसर्ट में
स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट,
कर्ली ब्रेसेस
स्क्वायर
की
ब्रैकेट,
जरूरत नहीं है। नॉर्मल
स्क्वायर
ब्रैकेट
ब्रैकेट
रहेगा,
it will be
नॉर्मल ब्रैकेट
नॉर्मल
एंड
ब्रैकेट
हम
या
इंडेक्स वैल्यू देंगे एंड हमारी इनपुट देंगे। लाइक
0।
अब जैसे कि ये 0 है देन कॉमा
Zero.
जो भी हमें इनपुट देना है एलिमेंट हमारा।
ट्रैक लिख दो।
तो ये इस लिस्ट को इंसर्ट करेगा उसमें आई थिंक। यस लिस्ट पूरी इंसर्ट कर दिया। देन ये एरर शो करेगा सर, क्योंकि
ये वन टाइम एक ही लेगा ना। इंडेक्स
Yes.
0 पे रेड लाइन डालो, इंडेक्स 1 पे जायंट डालो, इंडेक्स 2 पर हार्ड
नहीं नहीं होगा। एक टाइम में हम एक ही इंडेक्स वैल्यू
मैं ये करूँ, अलग अलग 0 में रेड लाइन डालो, 1 में जायंट डालो, अलग अलग करना है, ये करो।
हाँ अलग अलग कर सकते हैं।
जैसे सर हम अपेंड अलग अलग कर रहे थे।
0 रेड लाइन करके क्लोज कर दो, 0 रेड लाइन के बाद क्लोज कर दो, बाकी सब डिलीट मार दो।
हाँ फिर नेक्स्ट लाइन में हम बाकी चीजें डाल सकते हैं।
हाँ, insert.
then it will be again bike for insert
इंडेक्स वैल्यू चेंज 1।
नहीं, हम इंडेक्स पे एक वो 0 ही रखो। देखो अपेंड वो चीज अगर 1 करते रहेंगे तो फिर तो सेम अपेंड ही हो जाएगा ना, हम अपनी
तो
मर्जी से
यहाँ पे हमें
डालेंगे,
वो
0 में
चेंज
डालेंगे।
करना पड़ेगा ना, तो यहाँ पे
हाँ,
वो एलिमेंट तो चेंज करना पड़ेगा।
बिल्कुल। अब
कोई
यहाँ
भी
giant
रेड लाइन एक में चले जाएगा इंडेक्स 1 में,
अब पहले जायंट आ गया।
वो पहले आता रहेगा।
अब हम इन दोनों के बीच में डालेंगे हार्ले डेविडसन।
तो फिर 1 होगा इंडेक्स वैल्यू।
करना पड़ेगा।
हाँ, यहाँ 1 करना।
एक मिनट otherwise it will show error but I think you are perfect
नहीं एरर नहीं आता।
नहीं आएगा
yes
ऐसा।
then
Yes, sir.
no it was not close now it is fine okay
सर प्लीज रिपीट दिस अगेन सो दैट ये भी पता चले कि वो लास्ट से, जैसे उसने हार्ले डेविडसन जो लिया है वो लास्ट से इंसर्ट किया है, अदरवाइज फर्स्ट से जाइंट से इंसर्ट किया है।
अरे उसने लास्ट से इंसर्ट नहीं किया है बेसिकली
first
उसने।
if you are inserting here indexing at 0, then red line is going to become your first. Now,
Okay.
if I am now you can see that your list has become red line. Okay, but now you are actually trying to put something before red line, so that's why they have talked about 0. Okay, so if I just run it, so now it will giant will come before red line, but if you just want to run it like this, it will go after red line. Just running it again for it. Now you got it.
Yes sir.
Now
बट
you want
फिर
to
भी आप एक बार ये थर्ड वाले के जगह पर कुछ और करके देखिएगा एक बार, मींस सेम जो आपने हार्ले डेविडसन का किया है, लास्ट आप एक और नाम ऐड करके देखिएगा सेम तरीके से. आई वांटेड टू सी कि वो हार्ले डेविडसन से पहले आता है या बाद में आता है. So don't change the number, just change the name only. Okay.
जैसे जैसे इंसर्ट करते जाओगे इंडेक्स अंदर
now you got it.
Yes
If
sir.
I write it like this, it will run, it will go before. But if I write 2, it will go,
Then it will go after this. Yeah.
and if I write 3, then what will happen?
Sir, it will come after giant.
That's it. Okay.
Sir, but I'm still confused between this insert, what was that, append and expand, whatever those three terms are.
Extend.
Extend. Append, extend, and insert.
Somebody in the class can help.
Shilpi,
चलो तुम बोलो.
नहीं तुम बताओ.
अरे कोई तो बताओ, बस आप करते रह जाओगे.
एक्चुअली शिल्पी देखो, अपेंड फंक्शन के थ्रू क्या होता है ना, हम लिस्ट में एक बार में सिर्फ एक एलिमेंट ऐड कर सकते हैं, वो भी लिस्ट के एंड में होता है. ठीक है.
ठीक है.
एक्सटेंड के थ्रू हम एक बार में मल्टीपल एलिमेंट्स ऐड कर सकते हैं, बट वो भी लिस्ट के एंड में ही ऐड होता है. और इंसर्ट के थ्रू हम किसी एक बार में एक एलिमेंट ही इंसर्ट करते हैं, बट किसी स्पेसिफिक इंडेक्स वैल्यू पे. लाइक हमारी लिस्ट में इंडेक्स वैल्यू होती है 0 to समथिंग, 0 to n. तो अगर हमें 0 पे कुछ इंसर्ट करना है, तो हम पहले अपनी इंडेक्स वैल्यू देंगे, देन हमारा एलिमेंट देंगे और फिर उसको रन करेंगे.
ओके. मींस अपेंड जो है वो अपने नेक्स्ट जो भी वैल्यू है, जो भी है वो नेक्स्ट अपने 1 by 1 ऐड करता जाएगा. अपेंड जो है वो अपनी वैल्यू के बाद जो भी अगर मल्टीपल है तो वो उनको करेगा. सॉरी, एक्सटेंड जो है. एंड देन इंसर्ट जो है वो किसी भी प्रॉपर प्लेस पर उन सबको लगा सकते हैं हम सिस्टमेटिक वे में, जैसे हम लगाना चाहते हैं.
हाँ, एक बार में तुम किसी एक इंडेक्स वैल्यू को अपना वैल्यू.
ओके. मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था सर, बट कनेक्शन पता नहीं बार बार लॉस्ट हो रहा है, तो मैं क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछ पाई थी आपसे. सर, आपने ये जो अपेंड यूज किया था, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि जैसे आपने बाइक का ऑलरेडी एक आपने वेरिएबल बना दिया था, जैसे उसमें ट्रैक, रेड लाइन और जाइंट तीनों थे ऑलरेडी. तो
if we go one by one, it is something like, I will show you the append. So, see, now if I just make this is an empty, it will print you an empty list. Okay. Now if I just append this, it is appending the first data into that list, that is track. Getting it? Then if I go in there, it will append another data into this.
सर, सपोज जो आपने थर्ड यूज किया है, जाइंट के साथ ही कॉमा यूज करके हम हार्ले डेविडसन लिखते हैं, तो देन वो दोनों वैल्यूज सेम उसमें शो करेंगे.
अच्छा, now I will actually try to answer this question in this way. Now you have to also understand this. So now I am actually trying to do two different bike. One is F1 and another is F2. What you are trying to tell? F2. But if I run this, what will happen? The class, we have already seen this. Probably she has not.
It will show error.
It will show error. And then you have to also start understanding this, going into error. it takes only one argument.
Okay.
Now if we want to do this through append method, you can do it like this. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The Ferrari
Okay.
F1, F2 bikes.
Okay.
Similar way, what they have told. Now I'm actually going in through extend method. Okay. So I'm taking another empty list. Okay. It's empty list.
Yes,
And
sir.
in the empty list, I'm injecting first entry.
Right.
Now, actually, now what they have suggested, basically to pass an entire list within that.
Okay.
Now, if I try to print, what will happen is this. Got it clearly?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, similar way, we can actually try to do this. I think. So if you run this, what will happen? Now from our idea.
It will show empty list.
If I do it like this, then it will show empty list.
Yes.
It will not show an empty list. It will show error. Because it's within the function. But if I try to run the entire numerical list, then what will happen?
Exchange. Okay.
It's basically going to multiply 1 into, okay, 2 is getting multiplied into 2, then 1, 2, 3, that is getting to be 3 into 3, 9, and then 4, 4 into 4, 16, and 5, 5 into 5, it's going, and then it will go till 100. Got it?
No, sir.
Okay, let me try to make this. Then now you're getting it. Or probably let me make it small. Let me make it 4. Now you are getting it. Probably that was too big to understand. Now you're getting it. In the class, anybody?
Yes, sir. We are getting it.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's easy. It's a doing simple a square of a number between 1 to 3.
And similarly, it can go into any extent.
One 4.
Hey, it will not take time. That is the power of Python. Correct. After some time, probably you can see that whole list. Okay. And now, then let me just make it small again. Otherwise, okay. Then what this will do for us? We have already got a variable squares. It's already, we have got this here squares, and now we have already learned that we can do some multiplication. So what it will do for us?
In a one line. Given a square in a one line.
Why 100 is coming, sir? We have changed the number.
Yeah.
Okay. From 1 to 11. Okay.
Now it's fine.
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yeah.
We can put interval also in range.
Yes. Now quickly I will show you some of the other things like slicing a real list. Probably here we are actually creating a list. Okay, but now we want to slice it. We can
Bob.
we can also slice the list like this. Okay. Bikes are not defined. I think this is because of this. We have done a lot of changes in bikes. I have to run it bikes again. We have run the bike one recently. Run bike one.
It is bike 1 not 5.
Bike one, na?
Yes, sir.
I think
Not it.
Copy finishers, it will also work.
finishers will work here. So in that case, it will basically copy the entire list for you. And then I will just make a copy of finishers. This is the way you can actually copy and the list for your purpose. Now, let us try to create some 3 lists. And you can see in a list, definitely there could be different type of variable. So we have run, and this is our 3 list. Now we are trying to accessing some of the values in the list. So what we are trying to do, printing from list 1, basically the 0 index part, from list 2, 1 to 5. We are trying to print all. Similar way, we can actually print basically a part of our list also. Then you can also do some of the updating functions on the list. For example, in the earlier list where we are having only physics, chemistry 1997 and 2000, I am also trying to add here 2001. So you can see now physics, chemistry 2001 and 2000. I have updated the list also. And now I want to delete some of the list elements. I can delete like this. So you can see here that earlier the list was physics, chemistry.
सर इन 24 जहाँ आपने प्रिंट यूज किया है प्रिंट लिस्ट देन इन ब्रेसेस इट इज 2 तो यहाँ पर 1997 कैसे शो कर रहा है ये जस्ट वैल्यू अवेलेबल एट इंडेक्स 2 के बाद 1997 कैसे शो हो रहा है इसमें
Sorry. So which is, this is 0, 1, 2. Got it?
ओके सर, मैं यही हो जाती हूँ. ओके ओके ओके, सॉरी.
Now you got it?
यस सर.
We have the 1997, we have updated with this. Okay. Similarly, if we want to now take out 1997, so we are going to delete this using the del function. We want to go step by step and show it to you. I'll show it probably. Now this, so from the, now we have deleted this. Now this is the list, new list one. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And similarly, we have earlier learned about the length function. So you can also perform some of the length function of the list. You can do some of the list addition and deletion. For example,
Well, sorry.
first we have created.
It is just to remind you that it's time.
Oh, okay. Guys, then I think I have given you this. So we will continue from tuples and others from tomorrow. So are you good till now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So I want you to at least continue till this. Okay. Then probably tomorrow we will start from tuples and the other functions.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
So we are good with still now whatever we have learned today, and I
Yes.
want you to actually practice this today up till this part very clearly. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And thanks a lot, Alok. So I think it is time. So let us connect back tomorrow again.
Okay. Thank you
Okay.
for being with us, and thank you guys.
Thank
I
you.
hope the session was interesting.
Thank you.
So see you tomorrow, same
Thank you.
time. Till then, bye bye. Take care.
Bye. Take care.